The 1970 Washington quarter dollar is an extraordinary coin that has gained massive attention in the numismatic world due to an incredibly rare and fascinating error. While the majority of 1970 quarters are common and carry standard market value, a handful of unique 1970s quarters, specifically those struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter plancher, have stunned the coin community with auction values reaching up to $160,000. These error coins are incredibly rare, with only a few known examples in existence, and they've become one of the most talked about discoveries among modern U.S. coin errors. Understanding the full story behind this coin requires diving into the technical minting process, the historical context of U.S. coinage during the 1970s, and the elements that contribute to its astronomical market value. During regular minting operations, coins are struck on blanks, also known as planchets, that are specific to the denomination and composition of the intended coin. However, in rare situations, especially in transitional periods or due to human error, a coin can be struck on the wrong planchet. That's exactly what happened with this 1970s quarter. A few were mistakenly struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter, blank, which is made of 80% silver. Because of this, the size, weight, and metallic composition are different from regular U.S. quarters. Notably, these error coins exhibit partial remainders of the original Canadian coin, with visible remnants of the date 1941 or other design elements on the surface. This overlap of two different nations' coinage, combined with a U.S. mint error, creates a one-of-a-kind collectible that instantly grabs attention. Only a very small number of these coins have been authenticated and certified by reputable grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, making them even more desirable. Graded specimens with high mint state, MS ratings, especially MS 65 and above, have become the crown jewels in elite collections. One of these coins was listed on eBay several years ago with a price tag of $35,000 and eventually sold for an astonishing $160,000 in a private sale due to its condition, rarity, and collector demand. This shows just how much a true rarity can appreciate when the right buyer recognizes its historical and monetary significance. What drives this kind of value? First, it's the rarity. We're talking about fewer than 5 confirmed examples of this error in existence, and likely fewer still that remain in top-grade condition. Second, it's the story. A U.S. coin struck accidentally on a foreign silver planchet. That kind of mistake simply does not happen often, especially under modern minting standards. Third, it's the demand from collectors. Numismatists are always searching for the next legendary error coin to add to their collection, and one that includes an international twist along with silver content makes this a true unicorn. It also doesn't hurt that this quarter bears the prestigious S mint mark, indicating it was produced at the San Francisco Mint, often a key point of interest for collectors, because this mint is known for its proof and special strike coinage. Beyond error coins, 1970 also represents an interesting time in U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint had recently transitioned from 90% silver coins to clad compositions, and collectors were becoming more conscious of coin variations. This was also the final year that proof quarters were struck at the San Francisco Mint bearing the S mark, without being part of a wider commemorative program. Many coins from this period are now examined for strike quality, cameo contrast, and potential anomalies. However, no standard 1970 quarter, regardless of condition, comes close in value to the spectacular 1970s quarter error on a 1941 Canadian planchet. Condition is another critical factor. As with any rare coin, grade matters tremendously. A coin in heavily circulated condition with nicks, scratches, or discoloration will fetch far less than one in pristine, mint state quality. For a rare error like the 1970s quarter, even small upgrades in grade can mean tens of thousands of dollars more at auction. That's why many of these coins are sent to third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC for authentication, encapsulation, and valuation. Once a coin has been slabbed and certified, it becomes a highly secure and credible piece that can be confidently traded or auctioned worldwide. What also helps propel coins like this to fame is media coverage and numismatic community buzz. The 1970s error quarter has been featured on coin collecting forums, YouTube channels, blogs, and even in online auctions that generated bidding wars. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to these stories because they represent the exciting possibility that someone might discover a coin of extraordinary value in their change jar or inherited collection. These coins are not only financial assets, but pieces of history, art, and human error combined into one. As coin collecting continues to grow in popularity, especially with younger and tech-savvy audiences, high-profile error coins like the 1970s quarter become headline-worthy assets. From an investment standpoint, rare quarters like this have proven to be strong long-term performers. With fewer specimens available and increasing demand, values have continued to rise steadily over time. Coins that were once worth a few $100s in the 1990s now command 5- and 6-figure premiums. This makes coins like the $160,000 1970s quarter a serious investment opportunity, not just a collector's item. In addition to their financial upside, they offer a unique chance to own a piece of minting history, a moment when technology slipped and a miracle was struck. So how can someone know if they might own this rare quarter? First, check for the S mint mark just below Washington's neck on the obverse side. If it's present, and the coin has unusual characteristics, such as a different weight, around 583G for silver versus 567G for clad, or unusual design traces, it might be worth a professional evaluation. Look closely for signs of an overstrike, or remnants of a 1941 Canadian quarter. If there's even a hint of anything odd, don't spend it. Get it graded. These are precisely the coins that go unnoticed by casual holders and end up changing lives when discovered. In conclusion, the 1970s quarter, struck on a 1941 Canadian silver planchet, is one of the most exciting and valuable modern U.S. error coins in existence, with market values soaring as high as $160,000. Its rarity, unique origin, and collector demand make it a true gem in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner searching through old coin rolls, this coin reminds us that incredible value can be hiding in plain sight. As the coin market evolves and grows, legendary errors like this continue to captivate imaginations and elevate portfolios, turning ordinary change into extraordinary treasures. Next up, the 1981 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that might appear ordinary at first glance, has gained remarkable attention in the numismatic world due to rare mint errors and unique conditions that make certain specimens extremely valuable. One, in particular, has reached a staggering market value of $110,000. While millions of 1981 quarters were minted for circulation, what sets this specific coin apart is a combination of rarity, condition, striking errors, and collector demand. These factors have elevated it from pocket change to a prized asset in elite coin collections, surprising many who previously dismissed it as a common coin. Understanding the full context behind this valuation involves exploring the history of U.S. quarter production in the early 1980s, the features that distinguish this coin, and the incredible story behind how certain 1981 quarters came to be worth a fortune. In 1981, the U.S. Mint continued the production of the Washington quarter, which had been in circulation since 1932. By that time, quarters were being minted with a copper-nickel-clad composition, primarily due to the discontinuation of 90% silver coins in 1965. Most 1981 quarters were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark, primarily for proof sets. While the standard circulated coins are extremely common, the true value lies in extremely rare errors, such as off-metal strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on foreign planchets. In one exceptional case, a 1981 quarter struck on a transitional planchet, intended for a different denomination, was authenticated and sold at auction for over $110,000 due to its incredible rarity and near-perfect condition. The most desirable 1981 quarters are those with mint errors that occurred during the striking process. Errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, or double dies dramatically increase a coin's worth. Among these, coins struck on the wrong planchet, especially foreign ones, are considered ultra-rare. Such coins often weigh differently, contain different metal compositions, or display partial foreign design details. For example, some 1981 quarters have been mistakenly struck on planchets meant for pennies or foreign coinage, which not only alters the weight and size but also creates visible design overlaps. These anomalies catch the attention of grading companies like PCGS and NGC, who authenticate, grade, and encapsulate them, making them instantly desirable among high-end collectors. Another factor that pushes the value of certain 1981 quarters into the six-figure range is condition. Coins graded MS67 or higher, mint state, are exceedingly rare for this year, and when combined with error features, they become legendary. Even without errors, a flawless 1981 quarter in ultra-high grade could fetch several $1,000s. Add in a certified error, and the value multiplies exponentially. The $110,000 figure is reserved for a quarter with both exceptional grade and a once-in-a-lifetime minting mistake, an occurrence so rare that only a few are known to exist. Why do collectors pay so much? It's not just about the metal or the age, it's about the story. A 1981 quarter that survived with a unique minting error in pristine condition tells a tale of rarity, chance, and perfection. It serves as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin production and the thrill of discovery that drives numismatists to examine every coin they touch. Imagine the excitement of finding such a coin in a roll of quarters or in a jar of loose change, an unexpected treasure worth more than a luxury car or a down payment on a home. Adding to the coin's appeal is the era in which it was minted. The early 1980s were a time of transition for the U.S. Mint. Technology was improving, yet errors still occurred, especially during high-volume production periods. Many coins from this era are now being re-examined by a new generation of collectors who understand the potential for hidden value in overlooked places. Coin roll hunters, estate sale buyers, and old collection investors are all searching for coins like the rare 1981 quarter, hoping to uncover a gem that others have missed. Thus, historical significance of the Washington quarter also contributes to its desirability. First issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the design became a staple of American currency. The 1981 version retained the classic obverse portrait by John Flanagan and featured an eagle on the reverse. For collectors, owning a rare variation of such an iconic coin is like holding a piece of American heritage with a twist of numismatic mystery. The symbolism of George Washington paired with the uniqueness of a one-in-a-million error adds both historical and emotional value. Moreover, coins like this 1981 quarter reflect a broader trend in the collectible market, where rarity meets narrative. The most valuable collectibles aren't just old or scarce. They tell a story, they have a provenance, and they captivate collectors with their uniqueness. The $110,000 1981 quarter fits that mold perfectly. It's a reminder that extraordinary value can lie hidden in ordinary places, waiting to be uncovered by a sharp eye and a little bit of luck. If you think you might have a valuable 1981 quarter, there are a few things to look for. First, weigh the coin. If it weighs more or less than the standard 5.67 grams, you might have something special. Second, inspect it closely for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or any unusual markings. If something seems off, consult a professional numismatist or send the coin to a grading company for evaluation. A small investment in authentication can lead to a huge return if the coin proves to be one of the ultra-rare errors. Collectors are advised to always handle such coins with care. Even the smallest scratch or fingerprint can significantly reduce a coin's grade and value. Use gloves, store in protective holders, and avoid cleaning the coin, as improper cleaning can ruin its surface. If you do have a rare find, auction houses, numismatic dealers, and online platforms can help you market the coin to interested collectors worldwide. In conclusion, the 1981 Washington quarter dollar is a perfect example of how even modern coins can hold immense value under the right circumstances. With rare minting errors, flawless grades, and a compelling historical backdrop, certain 1981 quarters have reached market values as high as $110,000. This value is not just driven by age or metal content, but by rarity, error type, condition, and demand. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, this coin reminds us that extraordinary opportunities often lie in the most unexpected places, sometimes even in your spare change. Keep your eyes open, examine every coin, and who knows, you might just find your ticket to becoming a coin millionaire. Next up, the 1942 No Mint Mark Wheat Penny, is one of those rare treasures in the world of numismatics that can surprise even seasoned collectors. While most people might overlook this coin as just another old cent from the early 20th century, certain rare and exceptional specimens have achieved jaw-dropping values at auction, with one known to fetch up to $190,000. This seemingly ordinary copper coin has gained legendary status among collectors due to specific minting errors, rare variations, and pristine conditions that make it an absolute standout. The journey of this coin begins during a significant time in American history, amid World War II, when the U.S. Mint was navigating material shortages and massive coin production demands. As a result, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny holds both historical significance and immense collectible value. The obverse of the 1942 penny features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design first appeared in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday and has since become one of the most iconic American coin designs. On the reverse, the coin showcases the familiar wheat ears with the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. What makes the 1942 no-mint mark version notable is that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark during this period. This alone doesn't make the coin rare, as millions were minted. However, it is specific varieties, errors, and preserved conditions that launch its value into the stratosphere. During wartime, the U.S. Mint was exploring alternative materials to preserve copper for military use. While the famous steel pennies were issued in 1943, the groundwork and experiments began earlier. This makes some 1942 coins struck on experimental or transitional planchets, such as those intended for foreign coins or other U.S. denominations, extremely rare. For instance, if a 1942 wheat penny was accidentally struck on a bronze alloy planchet meant for a foreign country, or struck using leftover materials, its uniqueness dramatically increases its market value. These minting mistakes are unintentional, yet produce one-of-a-kind variations, many of which have been authenticated and graded by institutions like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, further adding to their prestige. One of the most desirable traits in rare coins is a high-grade, uncirculated condition. A 1942 penny that has retained its original luster, sharp strike, and no signs of wear can be worth thousands. But combine this condition with an extraordinary minting error, like a double die obverse, off-center strike, or a transitional planchet, and the value skyrockets. In a standout case, a flawless 1942 no-mint mark wheat penny with a double die error and near-perfect grade was auctioned for $190,000, turning a humble copper coin into a historical artifact of immense financial worth. For collectors, these specimens are the holy grail. Rare, visually striking, historically meaningful, and backed by grading authentication. What drives collectors and investors to pursue coins like the 1942 no-mint mark wheat penny? It's not just about metal or age. It's about story, scarcity, and certified authenticity. Each of these rare coins carries a unique backstory. They represent moments when something went unexpectedly right or wrong at the mint, producing coins that defied standard protocol. Such errors often went unnoticed for years, only to be discovered by sharp-eyed numismatists or lucky individuals checking their coin jars. These miracle finds fuel the dreams of everyday collectors hoping to uncover a gem among their spare change. This coin also reflects a vital moment in American history. In 1942, the United States had just entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Resources were being redirected toward the war effort, and every aspect of civilian life, including coinage, was affected. The mint was under pressure to produce coins efficiently, leading to more opportunities for striking errors and anomalies. Thus, the 1942 penny becomes not just a monetary item, but a time capsule, preserving the tension, urgency, and ingenuity of that era. Holding such a coin is akin to holding a physical fragment of the past, a memento of a pivotal time in global and American history. Collectors value coins not only for their monetary worth, but also for their artistic and historical contributions. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, running from 1909 to 1958, captures decades of change in American life. Each year, each mint mark, and each variation tells a story. The 1942 No Mint Mark edition, especially the high-value versions, is a standout chapter in that story, a testament to rarity, resilience, and the unpredictability of minting technology during wartime. Owning one of these rare specimens is like owning a key to the past, an asset that combines financial potential with historical depth. It's important for those hoping to find or verify such a rare penny to know what to look for. A genuine 1942 No Mint Mark penny should weigh around 3.11 grams and exhibit the standard copper alloy composition, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. If your coin weighs less or more, or has an unusual tone, size, or strike, it could potentially be a rare error coin. Mint errors worth examining include double die obverses, where the date and lettering appear doubled, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on the wrong metal or foreign blanks. Professional grading and authentication are crucial. Never clean a rare coin and always submit it to a reputable grading service for evaluation. Finding a $190,000 1942 penny isn't easy, but it's not impossible. Stories abound of collectors discovering ultra-rare coins in inherited collections, estate sales, or even old rolls of pennies from the bank. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes numismatics so fascinating. Every coin tells a story, and some tell stories worth a small fortune. If you think you have a rare 1942 penny, handle it carefully, store it properly, and consider submitting it for professional grading. A certified grade of MS67 or higher with a major minting error could place your coin in the elite tier of valuable U.S. pennies. In conclusion, the 1942 No Mint Mark wheat penny may seem common on the surface, but rare specimens with minting errors and pristine condition can command values as high as $190,000. This coin represents a remarkable intersection of American history, minting technology, and collector passion. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone with a jar of old coins, it's worth taking a closer look. Because sometimes, hiding among the copper and steel is a treasure waiting to be discovered. The 1942 penny proves that even the smallest coin can hold extraordinary value, both in dollars and in the rich stories it carries through time. Next up, the 1934 D wheat penny, minted in Denver, is one of those exceptional coins that stands out in American numismatic history due to its rare varieties, errors, and historical significance. While it may appear like any other bronze wheat cent at first glance, this coin can be worth up to $330,000 under the right circumstances, especially when in uncirculated condition or when it exhibits minting errors or high-grade details authenticated by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. The D mint mark, located just beneath the date on the obverse side of the coin, signifies its origin at the Denver Mint, where roughly 28,446,000 of these coins were produced. While this number may seem high, it's not the mintage alone that determines the coin's value. Rarity, condition, and unique features drive demand and elevate its status in the collector world. This coin belongs to the iconic Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which began in 1909 and ran until 1958. The obverse of the 1934 D penny features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases two stylized wheat stalks encircling the denomination 1 cent and United States of America, accompanied by the motto E pluribus unum. This classic design has captivated collectors for over a century. However, the 1934 D version has gained special recognition due to several compelling factors that influence its market price, making it one of the most valuable in the wheat penny series. The key driving force behind the coin's astronomical value of $330,000 is its condition, especially when graded mint state, MS67, or higher with full original red coloration, RD. Copper coins tend to darken over time, so a 1934 D penny that has retained its bright, original red luster is a true rarity. Only a handful of such coins exist, and when they come to auction, they spark intense bidding wars among top collectors. Beyond color, strike sharpness, minimal contact marks, and well-preserved surfaces further push its value to extraordinary levels. Auction records and private sales have confirmed that premium-grade 1934 D pennies are not just rare. They're nearly impossible to find, which is why collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands for them. Another factor that dramatically influences the 1934 D penny's worth is the presence of mint errors. These errors occur during the minting process and may include double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, RPM, die cracks, and more. One particularly desirable variety of the 1934 D wheat penny is the repunched mint mark, RPM, where the D mint mark appears to have been stamped more than once in slightly different positions. This kind of variation is subtle but well documented and highly sought after. Coins with clearly visible RPMs can fetch significantly more, especially if paired with a high-grade and original surface. The year 1934 was also a crucial time in U.S. history. The country was still reeling from the Great Depression, and coins minted during this era are often viewed through the lens of economic hardship and national recovery. Every penny had value to American citizens, and fewer coins were likely to be stashed away or preserved in pristine condition. This historical context adds emotional and cultural weight to the 1934 D penny's allure. Owning one isn't just about possessing a rare piece of metal. It's about holding a relic from a transformative time in the nation's history, a period marked by resilience, hope, and change. Collectors and investors are particularly drawn to the 1934 D penny due to its combination of moderate mintage, age, and the potential for high-grade survivors. While millions were produced, only a minute fraction remain in pristine condition. These uncirculated examples often come from long-forgotten coin hoards or estate collections that have remained untouched for decades. Discovering one of these gems is like unearthing buried treasure, and when certified and encapsulated by reputable grading services, their value is solidified and can soar into six figures. One of the most exciting things about collecting coins like the 1934 D wheat penny is the thrill of discovery. Many of the most valuable coins have been found in unlikely places, in old penny jars, estate sales, or inherited coin collections. If you come across a 1934 D penny, the first step is to evaluate its condition. Does it show full wheat lines? On the reverse, is Lincoln's hairline crisp and free of wear? Is the mint mark clearly visible and well struck? These are all indicators that your coin may be worth more than face value. Potentially much, much more. Of course, the best way to determine the true value of your 1934 D penny is to have it professionally graded. Coins that have been certified by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, are far more valuable in the eyes of buyers and investors. The grading process involves a careful examination of strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and eye appeal, and coins are assigned a numerical grade on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A 1934 D penny that earns a grade of MS65 RD or better is a true rarity and can command staggering prices at auction, especially if it possesses a known error or variety. For collectors looking to invest, the 1934 D penny represents a golden opportunity. Not only does it offer the potential for immense financial gain, but it also provides a deeply satisfying collecting experience. The hunt for the perfect 1934 D penny can take years, and those who succeed in acquiring a high-grade example often hold on to it as a cornerstone of their collection. For newer collectors, even circulated versions of this coin can serve as valuable learning tools, helping to hone skills in grading, identification, and historical research. It's also worth noting the strong demand for vintage Lincoln cents in the broader market. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow, thanks in part to online communities, YouTube content, and the rise of digital marketplaces, the 1934 D penny has become even more desirable. Collectors young and old are drawn to its classic design, historical roots, and rare varieties. This demand keeps prices high and ensures that the best examples are treated as blue-chip collectibles. Whether for legacy building, passion collecting, or investment, the 1934 D penny is a serious contender for one of the most valuable wheat cents in existence. In summary, the 1934 D wheat penny is not just an old coin, it's a symbol of historical significance, minting precision, and collector passion. With a market value that can reach $330,000 in rare, high-grade, or error-laden examples, this Denver minted cent has rightfully earned its place among the most sought-after pennies in the world. From its bold Lincoln portrait to its delicate wheat ears, every detail tells a story. Whether found in a collection, inherited from family, or picked from a forgotten roll, this coin is proof that tiny treasures can hold massive worth. both financially and historically.